interesting night. Wasn't bad. We were both dry, but it got really foggy. You couldn't see, like once we hung our bear bags, which wasn't real too far away. You couldn't even see where our hammocks were unless someone had a light on at the site where the hammocks were. But the fog is lifted this morning. It poured last night. I don't think it thundered. Did it thunder and lightning at all?
Thunder.
Dakota?
Just thunder.
Yeah, because I had earplugs in, so I didn't hear that. But it poured. It was a downpour for a couple hours last night. But we're both dry. Underquilts are dry. And I keep looking down because the east is that way. And it seems like sun is peeking through. But when we looked at the forecast for today last night, it was rain. Like it was supposed to be rain all day long and thunderstorms, like no sun. So I don't know. But maybe we're gonna luck out, but we're gonna drink some coffee. We only got 15 miles to go today because we did an extra 4 this morning or last night. So we did like a total of 14 last night. And, but we're gonna try to be on trail by 7 because even though it's only 15 miles, like it took us longer than expected yesterday because of those rocks. It was very slow go on those rocks, slippery, wet, and we're gonna get rain today. So we're not gonna rush. It's only 15 miles. But we want to get to camp a little bit early, only because like the camping areas of this trail are not really like camp sites. It's like you can camp in this area. And I'll show you on a map at some point, but where you have the green zones, if you're in Far Out, the app Far Out, you can see it. You have green zones and red zones, and the red is you're not allowed to camp, which is like 80% of the entire trail, and the green is where you can. So these, the how we have the trip planned and the mileage is to get to those at a reasonable time, you know, to get to those green zones. So we're gonna look, but ever since it went in Far Out, that really helps because they do have some of the sites and stuff listed in there. A lot of them, I guess I should say, but they're really primitive sites. I mean, this one is really, really primitive, and the firing, you could hardly even see it. There was just a couple rocks, but it's nice. The site turned out to be a really nice site. So again, we're going to get out of here at 7, try to, and I'm going to eat something and then pack up and treat our feet with some trail toes, whatever that lotion is to put on there, because it's going to be wet all day today. So that'll be good. So I'm going to finish eating breakfast, then we're going to get moving. It puts the lotion on the skin, or it gets the hose again. Here we are at the wall, and I don't think I mentioned it, but this is Stone Mountain we're on, which is very fitting. The name is very fitting for what it is, but going up over the wall. One thing this trail is famous for, it's the views, and just look at it with the fog down there. It's just spectacular. This is like so far the best view, mainly because some of the smoke is going on. We can see a blue sky, which is not going to last today. We're going to get stormed on, but I mean, this is just beautiful. This may be the only one we see today because of the storms coming, but it is just spectacular this morning. Spectacular.
It's like heaven is above us and below us. Like, look at that.
Second rattlesnake of the trip. He's sunning. He must not care that we're here too much. But there's a platform for Hawk Rock up there that we were going to go and kind of look at the overlook, but that's what's in our way, so I'm not going up there. I guess I could go around, but I don't know if I want to take that chance. We'll see.
we both just came across a water source, and yeah, Dakota just said he thinks it's, I'm pretty sure it's seasonal because it looks more like runoff, but I don't care. We filled up a liter, drank that, and then we filled up another liter. I think we're going to go with, try at least for a few hours to see how it is to go with just carrying 1 liter, because again, I mean, if we would carry 2 liters, that's an additional 2.2 pounds. So we're trying to make up some distance today before the storms hit, because we know we're going to be going slower and blah, blah, blah. We're going to get to camp at a reasonable time and yada, yada, yada. So that's the plan. So we're going to, but when it gets closer to, I don't know, like at lunchtime, we're going to look at the maps and see where the water, and figure out how much we're going to need, because it's most likely dry camping again tonight. So we'll figure that all out as we go. But right now it's just, you know, we're dreading having this actually it's like 3 or 4 thunderstorms just in a line rolling over us for the next, you know, 4 or 5 hours. So it'll be interesting, you know, as long as it stops at some point, I guess, and we get to camp and it's nice, but got to keep going. Well, the rain is now falling at a good steady pace now. It didn't come through the trees yet, but we're kind of still talking about, I mean, we're soaking wet with sweat, and it's like, do we put the rain gear on or not? But I think we talked about it's pretty much going to be, we're soaked already. We're going to go without until we start getting a chill. Then we'll put the jackets on. But I'm like really sweating now, so
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really sweating. We're going up here too. I mean, we're soaked.
Yeah, I'm totally dripping wet, so it's not going to make much of a difference. But the raindrops I'm feeling are cold, so I think after a while, it's going to chill me down, and
It's almost refreshing.
yeah, then I'll put the raincoat on after that. But I might not film too much. But about 10 o'clock, and it's still raining a little bit, but it was raining pretty good, but not downpouring. But we're moving really good. We just came through this really, really cool, about a mile of like all these various rock formations. It was just really, really neat. It kind of reminds you of the Laurel Highlands Trail, but I think it was even better than that, because it was just really cool. But you know, if this is all we're gonna get today, I'll be okay with that. We're okay. I'm still sweating without having, you know, even in the rain with rain gear on. So, but it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't seem to be raining too bad. But we're going to kind of check our mileage and see where we're at here in a couple minutes, just to see what our pace is, because that was kind of slow through the rocks. But now we're on some nice, easy terrain.
Yeah.
Trying to get some cruising speed here, but it's getting foggy now.
Banking
It's like
miles, baby.
Yeah, we got to bank some miles, only because if it does thunderstorm later, that, you know, we're going to go slower. So. But if we can manage 2 miles an hour at least, because we weren't going that this morning, but if we could manage 2 miles an hour, we would be at camp at around like 2:30 today. But it's probably going to be most likely between 3 and 4 is what I'm guessing at the latest. And of course, the next thing you know, we're going to roll in at like 8 o'clock tonight. Whoa, check this out.
Oh, that's a big one. Good stop.
Yep, I almost just stepped on this talking to you guys, and he's right across the trail, so we're going to have to figure
A way around him.
a way around it. But look at him, isn't he cool? He's not
Nice.
curling up. The other one we saw didn't curl up either, and
I like the lighter color. It's kind of neat.
yeah, look at that. That is really cool. This is the third. Well, we saw 2 snakes up there on Hawk Watch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 snakes this trip already. It's only the morning of the 2nd day, so pretty cool. Just stopped for lunch. It was about pretty much 12 o'clock exactly, and kind of have a little bit of a clearing here. And the sun is peeking through a little bit, but we did take our socks off, and my feet are pretty much melting because they've just been soaking wet. So we're gonna we're having lunch. We're gonna sit here and eat for a while and see if we can. My socks will not dry. I know that they're not gonna be dry by the time we leave, but at least I'm airing out my feet and giving them somewhat of a little bit of a reprieve. So just gonna finish eating and move on. All right, it's downpouring now, but it's very refreshing. Except for now, my camera's all soaking wet. Woo! Rain's over for now. But it was refreshing, man. It was nice walking through. It cooled us down a lot. It probably lasted maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes-ish or something like that. But I mean, we're soaking wet now. We were soaking wet before, so what's the difference? We got a little bit less than a mile to get to the top of this hill. And it started down at Route 655. We got water. We actually cameled up because we're dry camping tonight, so we each have 4.5 liters of water. We've been drinking some on the way up, but it's a 2-mile climb up. And the first half mile was like so steep, you're like putting your hands down. That's how steep it was. So it's really taking a lot out of us. I mean, it's going on 4:30 now, so we'll probably be there closer to, well, we'll be at the top at around 5. And that's where the camping area begins. But then we have about a mile stretch where you're allowed to camp that we need to find, you know, some trees to hang. Because it's not like any defined campsites. There's one near a trail register, but that's 2.2 miles off the trail. So we don't want to do that. So the first area that we can hang, we're taking it. We found a little spot right off the trail. Looks like somebody camped here before, mainly with a tent, but that's kind of how I spotted it. But I'm going to go between these trees. It's going to be a tight hang. He's going between these 2 trees. But then again, I might be able to go between those 2 trees. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But we're done. Going to try to dry our feet out and hang everything up, and then we're going to be resting for a while. But it is only about 5:35, and we did 15 miles today. Camp's all set up. We'll show you camp here in a little bit, but sun keeps peeking in and out. It kind of dried off. The air's a little bit, the humidity's kind of gone, and we are dry, but we just heated up water. We're both having Dottie's chicken and dumplings, so we're waiting for that to finish. That's going to be good. And I have some beef jerky and some other stuff to eat for dinner tonight. It was what, like 5:30, 6 o'clock or something like that. No, it's about maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock now, but again, a little later than what we thought. But today, I would say that the terrain wasn't as hilly as yesterday, and it wasn't totally as rocky, but when we got to the rock spots, it was like, you have to understand when you're walking on these rocks, you slip. I don't know how many times we fell, but you just have to go, you have to go slow, and that's the truth of it. And you have to really place your feet because you'll just go right down and you're on rocks, so that would not be fun. And we did have this massive climb coming up here, and that was 2-mile climb. Half a mile of it was just so steep. But this spot here is not a campsite, but we are in the green zone. We are in the legal area to camp. So we just made the best of it. It's a nice spot for hanging my hammock. We both have good hangs. So I wanted to show you. This was the water we got. It's like a brown yellow. The last water source was like Route 655. And we're about 2 miles from Route 65 going south and up on top of a mountain. But that was like the last water source, and it was muddy and we couldn't really get down there. So we just found some big pipe coming out of the side of a mountain with water flowing, and we filled up. So it's probably full of all kinds of industrial waste, but we'll glow in the dark tonight. But yeah, that's what we got, and we've been drinking it, and so far it's been okay. So it's about 8 o'clock, and I'm just laying here in my hammock. I have my feet hanging out this end because the breeze is coming here. They are, I don't know if you can really see it, but yeah, they're pretty nasty. They're pretty wrinkly right now, and but I'm gonna sit here and relax for a while, watch the sunset because it's right over here. It's a beautiful night. This turned out to be a beautiful spot. I mean, it's, you know, rustic because it's not a campsite. We're just out here in the middle of the woods somewhere off the trail and just hanging out. We just hung the food. yeah, we're expecting thunderstorms tonight, and but we're ready for it. We're hunkered down, so I'm gonna relax. Tomorrow we got about 19 miles. We got Mapleton coming up tomorrow, which is a town, and we should get there around lunch-ish. It's probably gonna be storming or raining, but hopefully it doesn't. We're gonna pick up some town food and probably grab some more snacks for the next, couple days, maybe some candy bars or something like that. But yeah, so we're gonna get pizza, maybe a sub or something like that tomorrow, which will be really nice. We'll be going down the 1,000 steps, which this trail is famous for. At least going south, we're going down them and not up them, because there are 1,000. I forget, it was like 1,000 and something steps. But I mean, that's the plan for tonight. We're just gonna relax, and I want to try to get to sleep earlier tonight, because last night I was watching this dumb movie, and it was so dumb that I just had to continue to watch. I don't know if you ever did that, but I just had to continue to watch to the end to see how it ended. Like I was so, I don't know, it was weird. But so I didn't really fall asleep until 11. Then I was up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I only got like five and a half hours sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna be going to bed early. I'm gonna be shutting my doors, putting my tarp down, because the storm's coming tonight. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I did get stung by a bee today, man. That stung me right in the front of my calf, and first I thought it was like a horsefly, but nope. It was a bee, because then it swerved up and tried to attack my neck, and then Dakota had to save me. But man, that hurt. And it hurt all day hiking. I think the stinger's still in there, but I'm just too lazy to try to figure out how to pull it out. So I'll just leave it in there for now and let nature run its course, I guess. But I can't even see where it stung me. There's like no swelling. I guess I don't have any reaction to it, I guess. But I guess, which is good. But so all right, well, I'm rambling. So I think I'll end it for tonight, and I will see you tomorrow for day 3. We have to start taking